Hello everyone, my name is Sarafi and I'm happy to meet you all. And I have one question. Are you ready to Chaz it up? I had no idea that we were going to get new manga Chaz support. But we just got new cards and we are getting a Light and Darkness Dragon, not only a Retrain, but a little archetype package. And that's so exciting. So for those of you that don't know, in the manga, Chaz uses a different type of deck, and his deck revolves around Light and Darkness Dragon. And Light and Darkness Dragon is a really old card that says when a player activates a spell or trap card, this card loses 500 attack points, and if it does, that card is negated. And that's not, that's not once per turn. It's a mandatory effect. It's a really weird card, but it's definitely like a powerful option. It's just that it's a level 8 monster. You have to tribute for it. It's kind of bad. But now we have new cards. So Light and Darkness Dragon has been reimagined as a fusion monster because Chaz is from the fusion dimension. Level 10 Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. Let me see if I can zoom in on the image a little bit. This is what it looks like. All right. Awesome, right? 3,400 attack, 3,000 defense. Level 8 requires one level 8 light dragon monster and one level 8 dark dragon monster. Must be fusion summon. While face up on the field, this card is also dark attribute. Once per chain, when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, this card loses exactly 1,000 attack and defense points, and if it does, negate the activation. Again, this is not optional. It's completely mandatory. It works on your own cards as well. So as soon as you make Light and Darkness Dragon Lord, the next 3 cards are getting negated unless they're like being chained to something else. And then the second effect is if this card is destroyed by your opponent, you could target any dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it. That's amazing. That's really, really cool. So it brings back any one of its materials and you get to start all over again. But it's not enough for us to get the fusion monster. We need materials for it. So let's take a look at Light and Sublimation Dragon. Level 8 Light Dragon Effect monster with 2,600 attack and 2,100 defense. You can only use each effect once per turn. You can banish a level 8 dragon from your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except dragon monsters. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters in your hand or field as material. And when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can make this card lose exactly 500 attack and defense, and if you do, that monster loses 1,500 attack points permanently. Okay, that third effect is again a reference to the manga, and it's nice because if your Light and Darkness Dragon Lord gets destroyed and you bring back your Light and Sublimation Dragon, it can protect you during the battle phase. So that effect is relevant just because the card can be special summoned during your opponent's turn by a float effect. But it's not really going to be a thing that you're worried about on the turn you play it, right? You're going to be using it to fusion summon. Still, cool effect. Then we have Dark End Evaporating Dragon. Level 8 Dark Dragon monster with 2,600 attack, 2,100 defense. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. You can banish one level 8 Dark Dragon monster from your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except dragons. You can activate one of these effects. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, and then target one other attack position monster. This card loses exactly 500 attack and defense, and if it does, destroy that target. So this is a reference to Dark End Dragon, which was a card that Chaz used in the manga. Obviously, it wasn't a Synchro monster because Synchro didn't exist yet, but there you go. So now we have a retrain of Dark End Dragon and Light End Dragon as well. Really, really cool. And of course, Dark End Evaporating Dragon coming down, making an opponent's monster get destroyed, and then fusing into Light End Dragon afterwards. Really, really nice. So yeah, this is a cool little package. I like it. In addition, we have a few other Chaz cards that are not necessarily related. We have Knight Armed Dragon, level 3 Wind Effect monster with 1,400 attack points and 1,900 defense points. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once each turn. If you special summon a level 5 or higher dragon monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Cool. If this card is special summoned, you can make its attribute and level become one of your banished dragon monsters. Alright, so you have a level 8 dark and light dragon monster in your extra deck. you banish one of them to summon the other one, and then you get to special summon this card and target the banished monster to get its attribute so that you can then fusion summon without needing both level 8s. Makes sense. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one dragon monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack points. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. That's really funny. So this card is designed to buff your Light and Darkness Dragon Lord by an extra negate, and the effect is specifically worded so that your Light and Darkness Dragon Lord cannot activate its mandatory negate in response to it. Okay, great. So now Light and Darkness Dragon Lord will have 4,400 attack points. Sweet. I like that. So we get 4 negates. All right. Then we have a spell card to support it. Dragon's Glory of Light and Dark. A special quick play spell. Activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. Shuffle one level 8 dragon monster from your hand into your deck, and if you do, add one level 8 dragon monster with a different attribute from your deck to your hand. Okay. I mean, I think if you have the level 8s that you're probably just going to pop off, but maybe this allows you to get attributes that you got bricked on. Target one dragon monster you control. It gains attack equal to its level times 200. Cool. So if you use this on Light and Darkness Dragon Lord, it gains 2,000 attack points. So that means that it can have 2 more negates. Obviously, you would need to activate this card when Light and Darkness Dragon Lord does not have enough attack points to negate it, or you could activate this as a chain. So if your opponent activates an effect and Light and Darkness Dragon Lord negates it, you can respond to that effect by activating this card, and since Light and Darkness Dragon Lord's effect is only once per chain, it will gain its attack points and it won't negate the card. Sweet. When a card or effect is activated that targets a dragon monster you control, negate the effect. Okay, cool. So you can protect your Light and Darkness Dragon Lord as well. So yeah, this is a nice little card. It's going to make the deck way better. And there, oh my gosh, look at this. Quarter Century Secret Rare. Oh, that looks so cool. All right, chat, that's the deck. Do I think it'll be playable? There are other level 8 dragon support cards in the Light pack because Mizar is in it. So I think that with that card that lets you special summon a level 8 dragon monster from your deck, that we actually could be in business. So I think this deck could work out pretty well. There's a lot of generic dragon support. Maybe this is a package that you slip into Dragon Link and you just give yourself an extra negate on top of everything else that Dragon Link has. That could be fun. I think this is has a genuine possibility of being a package that you could put into several different types of dragon decks, and it's really cool. And remember, you can just put Light and Darkness Dragon Lord in defense position. It doesn't matter if it has 0 attack points during the battle phase. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. My name is Srafty, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.